Welcome back to the last episode of the English Department News. I'm Matej Borka.
And I'm Vivian Satmari.
As you hopefully know, this Wednesday was the deadline for submitting your thesis. If you didn't, I'm kind of sorry because it's too late now.
And just to help you guys out, we are going to read the stuff that's on the website anyway, so you won't have to. And you can just sit around all day and
study. Sit around and study.
That's it.
First, the written exam is going to be held on the 13th of May. It will take place in lecture hall 34 next to Mordor.
The arts department, you mean?
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, the oral exam is going to be on the 21st of May, same place as the written one, probably.
And just to make sure, there are going to be other dates as well, so don't worry.
Or don't, if you didn't want to exit this year.
For any other questions, ask Miss Molnar and Miss Sabo.
Right, I'm sure they'll help. For the BA students, though, you're gonna have to watch out for the dates of the final exam. Make sure that you have all your classes finished and to study because it's going to be really hard. And you second year students, you have to choose your thesis topics along with your advisor by the 29th of May because you will have to write one next year. Good luck.
And the ME exit exam?
Alright. There's an MA exit exam too. It's going to be on the 15th of May in room 8 in A6, but it's probably going to be alright. You're MA students, you've been through this already.
Dr. Léna Levente, intézeti tanszékvezető. End of document.
You're not supposed to read that! You were not supposed to read that, Matiboka.
And I'm Vivian Satmari. And now we're gonna have our next episode of Teacher Focus, this time with Miss Magnus.
So, in this episode of Teacher Focus, we have Magnus and Dr. Agnes here with us, and I'm gonna ask her 4 questions. The first is, why did you choose English as your profession?
I have always liked languages, and I started with Russian, and I even like Russian very much. And I have family relations in the United States and in Canada, so we have had...
Really?
Yes.
Where?
In Toronto and in Phoenix.
Wow.
So we
That's
have had
so
this family
cool.
times, yes, and I've been always interested in the life there, and so this is why I ended up as a Russian English major, basically.
Okay. And why did you decide to become a teacher?
I didn't decide to become a teacher. I wanted to be everything but a teacher, to be honest. The teaching profession seemed to be for a long time the most boring thing that I could imagine. And it was a series of different kind of accidents, I would say, that drove me towards this profession. My teaching practice at the end of the university years was a very powerful experience. I had a wonderful Russian mentor teacher who allowed me to become who I wanted to be, and we were so different, and first I was afraid that she would like me to become like her, and I think I learned a lot in this respect, that you can only be a good person and a good teacher if you find your own way, in a sense. And in English I had a horrible class, and we had different adventures together, and there was no mentor teacher to help me, so I had to somehow cope on my own. And we succeeded finally, and it was great. So I think all this did a lot to kind of push me towards this experience, yes.
As we all know, you teach linguistics here, and I want to ask, why do you like linguistics, or what do you like about linguistics?
I liked different people first who were into linguistics. I attended Debrecen University, and I had a wonderful teacher in Russian linguistics again. He was called István Kecskés, and He recruited students when I was in my third year to help him in his research project, and I volunteered. And it was a great experience. There we had this kind of mentor-student relationship, and I think this is the greatest experience that one can have. We organized conferences, did research together, and
That's so cool.
yes, before I could submit my thesis, he went to the US for 2 years, and I was absolutely shocked, and I didn't know what to do, and I was there with all this half-ready research material, and then we had a new American lecturer, and as no one else did applied linguistics there before, he undertook me, and so we finished it together, and so I ended up as someone, finding a way in applied linguistics, and I found it very interesting, and indeed the thesis that I wrote then served me well later on as well. It was a good starting point for everything else that I did afterwards.
And my last question is, do you have a favorite subfield when it comes to linguistics?
The subfield, my PhD research focused on contrastive rhetoric. I love that. That's, I think, a very interesting adventure to examine how different languages give you different frameworks to organize ideas, to see reality, and I think this is a really intriguing and thought-provoking area. But I have many other favorites as well. Basically anything that I get to know well, and I have enough time and energy to process. I can always find a challenge in new areas, and so I like it.
Thank you for answering my
Okay,
question.
you're welcome.
And now we're going to have small interviews with the third year students.
How do you feel now that you've finished your thesis, Lila?
Oh, I love it. I'm finally finished, and it was a huge amount of work. So it's good that I can hold it in my hands finally.
Thank you. I agree with you. You finished, Dora. Congratulations. How do you feel now?
Thank you. I think it's an amazing feeling to see it in a form like this, because it's like I have a children or two, and I think it's great.
Thank you. So Lila, how do you feel now that you're finished with your thesis?
Well, I'm very happy, and it is a great relief for me, and I'm sure that I will be having a huge party at the weekend to celebrate it. So, yes.
Thank you. Great idea. So Emma, can you finish with your thesis?
Yes, finally.
How do you feel now?
I'm happy and relieved and terrified with what will happen in May, but it's okay. It's my thesis.
Thank you. I completely agree with you. How do you feel now that you're finished with your thesis, Belle?
It is fantastic, I think. But I know that worse things will come.
I know that